Okay. Jeez. Yeah, we'll start off with this. I haven't done this for a while. Yeah, for those who new us, I have taught.com and private sessions. And schedule it. And the shop also. Come on. Get that out of the way. I haven't done that in a while. Alright. Yeah, shift. You might have heard this in other places. Some spiritual NPCs might have got some kind of vision. Some of the spiritual teacher NPCs. When you're prodded into the matrix. This year, 2037. Yeah, spirituality is like grocery shopping. You just find what line to wait in. The new Earth waiting, the 2037 waiting. What else we have? I don't remember the other one. I don't want to think about it. I can't handle it. I can't handle the truth or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I can't handle all that nonsense. Yeah, just find what group you need to be in for waiting. Of course, something that occurred recently where this energy, I don't know, a vivid connection, let's put it that way. I don't know how long I'll be doing this, we'll see. Who knows, maybe I'll be shifted to something else at some point, something. Yeah, we'll just wait and see. Last August, I had a premonition energy, and then I wasn't sure what it was, and then my boss died right after that. So, this is similar. It's more like a life change energy. So we'll see. I can't do this forever anyway. My numbers keep going down to 0. And I pretty much said everything I need to say, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm not going anywhere. I'm even saying that. So that says something. But who knows? Yeah, it's very odd. And Russia and all that, that's going to just keep going. I don't know where that's going to turn into. Who cares? But yeah, life change energy is on the way, for some at least. Of course, that's always happening, but you just have to see how it all unfolds. Yeah, and there's also, during a shift, there is a pause. Yeah, I've definitely felt that. And went to my boss's, with the widows, or anyway, the condo that's being gutted right now. So that's, which is a good thing. And me being there, because I've never been there not like that. So it's good to do that too, out with the old, especially if someone passes. So that place is so outdated too. You have a nice view of the wall. It's one thing about those condos, they don't always have the best, this big. You also, I don't know how they do it. But anyway. It's still, I guess, better than owning a house, I guess. Depends how much we kind of get. I wouldn't know. The spiritual zombie. I always say the disinfo agents are like that. Just find any convoluted anything, just add spirituality to it, and people are like, suck it up. We'll just grab any kind of nonsense you can, and if you go against it, you're negative. It's like, that's all a bunch of bullshit, but you're negative now. I'm sure. don't get involved. Don't block our brainwashing. Don't block our spiritual brainwashing. There's plenty of it out there. Choose your brainwashing. Yeah, so even saying something like that kind of gives you an idea where I'm heading into. Not the brainwashing. I'm not interested in that. It's not working, as you can see, because I'm not doing any. I'm not doing any of that shit. You can tell in my numbers. I'm not doing shit. It's like, this is what outside the matrix looks like. A dwindling. You're just blowing in the wind. And you're not really all that relevant, which is quite alright. Yeah, because as you can see, many need the brainwashing for their growth. And more power to on that one. Convoluted nonsense. Space arcs and whatever the fuck it is. I mean, that's to say there's not some truth to it. How does it pertain to this reality? It doesn't. Unless it's haunting you or a download or something like that comes to you directly, then yes, it definitely does pertain to you. Of course, you still got to clear energy and make sure it's not some archon manipulation. Yeah, I haven't done a channeling or giving the aliens a break. I'm not sure there's anything to channel half the time because we're not getting anywhere, are we? It's just the same old. But to go back to the archon energy or whatever it is, yeah, I've had a premonition too. So, just putting this out there. This isn't pertaining to a lot of people or anyone, just like anything else I'm doing. It's like I'm talking to a wall half the time, but that's okay. Yeah, that's quite alright. I have no agenda. It's funny those that say that everyone has an agenda, but yeah, they get views talking about convoluted nonsense. I have no agenda, and anyway, I'm ignored most of the time. So agendas do work. Convoluted nonsense. Just gotta find some. Technically, this is a. I don't know if this pertains to anybody, but so obvious. Shit, the truth hurts. So basically, we're like what hairless monkeys here, basically. Not to be insulting, but whatever. On a higher level, on a spirit, on a galactic, higher self level, on a super, as a spirit being, you don't have the limitations of the body, the human, all the worries. You don't have any of that shit. You're just spirit energy. You can see it all, right? Doesn't mean you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but whatever. Yeah, so that just shows you how fucking limited this place is. But just getting through this is just, I guess that's why somebody turned into the NPC, because it's just, which makes sense. It's kind of, you're so built into the system, it helps you get through it, because this is called normal, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's all part of, you're playing the game, you're a character in a play, and you're not thinking too far outside the box because it's scary out there, as some of you've noticed. And you call it out and it gets thrown right back at you. Well, such as like the darkness that says that it's positive, and you have these sophisticated positive people. Not that sophisticated, obviously. They're not seeing that darkness is calling itself positive, and people that want a positive message are getting manipulated by negative beings. I guess it's a positive message, but they know how stupid people are. And it's working. And yeah, people wonder like why World War II happens, and what's wrong with you people? Why'd you join the German army and all that? Well, you'll get spirituality is like, what the fuck you joining that shit? Aren't you evolved? Apparently not. Nothing wrong with that. You're not hurting anybody. They tell me I'm negative and then they join a cult. So, whatever. Sure. Whatever you say. Where I'm getting to where I'm trying to get to here. Yeah, like I said, it's probably not going to pertain to, who knows. So on a higher level, depending on where you are, your human avatar, where it's at, or, well, anyway, the non-physical version, let's just go to that version. You know, they look at the ultra PC NPCs that are here. And from what I'm gathering, I'm not diving into that pool at all. This is what I'm picking up on. So on a higher level, we see some of the ultra NPCs that are here, and on some level over there that we're kind of chipping at that, whoever that is. Because right now, like from an ultra NPC's point of view, we're terrifying. All of this is terrifying. Ultra NPCs are on a spiritual level. You listen to them, you feel like you're going to jump out of a window because it's all that third dimensional crap, like just sports teams, dumb what's your favorite chewing gum? It's all by the numbers. It's enough to make you go completely insane. You have the NPCs and you have the Ultra. The Ultra ones are, and of course they have potential to break free. But it's like they're in this, yeah. And this is why the Archon stuff is so infused into them and all that, because they're, they want things to happen for them. And they can get, I guess, more devolved into it depending on traumas or whatever. Yeah, it's like, they think they know what they're doing here, and they get burned and get traumatized. It's like they go hide under their bed, basically. But the cover's over, call the Archon, whatever, to keep them safe in this bubble. Like I say, people like us that are outside of all of it, we're in the danger zone. Yeah. Yeah, we're terrifying to them. So we don't give a shit about birthdays or what's me and Mike, but it doesn't matter. I mean, death doesn't mean it, whatever. All this is just a big con job. Life is a con job. It's like society is a psychotic, whatever. It thinks it knows everything, whatever. Of course, some of the spiritual community feel that way. God damn, dude. Yeah. Yeah, some of the spiritual groups are psychotics. I mean, true psychotics. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter. They're psychotic. Yeah, trust me, I've run into them. Yeah, it's weird. The whole, we're chiseled through an ultra NPC. The universe and the whole bigger picture has a plan or something or whatever the hell it is. And you just gotta ride the wave and see what happens, and who knows. Sometimes, like for Ultra NPC, someone has to die in their family. I know it sounds weird saying that, but we'll just say it. But sometimes someone passes over, and there's like a break. There's sometimes they start looking at, people look at their evolution. They get scared. It's like, am I gonna fucking die tomorrow or some shit? So they have like whatever you call it. They see the world different. There's a word for it, I can't think of it. Anyway, they get like a spiritual knock in the head. Let's put it that way. I'm not saying, I'm just putting a general perspective out there. And sometimes when those that cross over do help, if there's potential there for an ultra NPC to break free, because you stay in that. It depends, but they can, if they carry on all these traumas and all that. It's, and they're not clearing it. It can linger, forever. I think I saw it on Facebook somewhere, like if your chakras are altered or blocked in some ways, and you die, and you get thrown right back into this. Something like that. They worded it better. But yeah, it's true. It's like you just haven't quite, your energy gets somehow sucked back in. And all this is about breaking free of it. Of course, even those that are on a spiritual level that still need to come back here, do it gradually and still do a growth, but they're actually evolving. It doesn't mean that always happens, but it can happen. Let's put it that way. But for those that are completely, they're traumatized and they're scared, I mean, is it really that hard to get sucked back into this place? I mean, really. This is all you know, right? You're afraid of the outside universe, I mean, that fractal is. And they're just too, think about it. They're afraid of us. Fuck, man, the spirit world's terrifying. The spiritual community is not perfect. But it's not out, for the most part, not there to bite someone's head off. Some are. Yeah, they're out there. But, do you want to call it whatever? Discount Charles Manson energy. Jesus. And they're out there. They can come off as the nicest, friendliest piles of shit ever. Yeah, I'm not mentioning names. Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's so gross. God. The spirituality here is such a dumpster. It's so bad. Oh, jeez. Yeah, those that feel like they're evolving and they look like they're part of the member of the Manson family. It's like, fuck, they have that fucking look in their face too. And I'm the one that's fucking negative. It's like, whatever, man. This is a sad world. Yeah, it's I can see why people don't want to evolve into that shit. Just go be an NPC. Just talk about football and just be here forever. So, we have connections with certain ones. Even some people that get married, then they get a divorce. And that one wants to shut down, afraid of all this, afraid of the unknown. It's like, I'll just get sucked back into the planet for another 1,000 years, But on a higher level, it's like, you don't have to do that. So there's something going on there. I don't have the details. I'm just picking up on it. I'm not running around trying to do anything to anything or anybody, but anything is possible here in Planet Bizarre Zone. So, yeah, but you think about it, those that are, in the Matrix people, all the spiritual stuff, it all depends. Some, even those that are Catholics and all that, they know life and death, they feel it. Once it's off, they're done, they're out of here and everything's peachy. But not everybody has that. And if you're carrying around all these traumas and you're just completely blocked here and you're afraid and you're just living this life which is, what is expected of you, and you're not happy, but you do it anyway because you want to be protecting yourself and you're completely paranoid. And you're living your whole life like that. So the universe is like, you know what? You ain't kicking the ass. So, even though their higher self's like, I'm stubborn, but the future is not looking bright. They might have a somewhat decent life here, maybe. But it's just like they're also going to cycle back into the place again and do it all over again. And the traumas come back, and we're just living all peachy, peachy keen. Everyone's kissing everyone's ass and just doing the same thing over and over and over. So you say that Groundhog Day thing has to do with reincarnation. So, and that's what this is all about. Wherever you are, even those that are spiritual crazies, just giving some other convoluted nonsense. It's like, I'm not sure where they go. They might just go to some other place where they get convoluted knowledge. But they're on some kind of path, but doesn't mean they're stuck here. So that's good. Just go somewhere. They go find another Looney bin. I'm being serious too. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, we don't have to be part of this anymore. What is this place? It just tells you the intensity of this place. But the darkness that's here, oh, this place, as many have called me dark and all, oh, jeez. I don't know why I'm here. I really do question what the fuck I'm here. But anyway, yeah, because those are, they're going to throw their darkness at me. Obviously, they're just not. This place is just too much for them. Obviously, they're just using that as something fear that's in them. This world can be too much for their pay grade. Let's put it that way. Yeah, especially all the Christian brainwashing. That it's like I said, choose your brainwashing. But yeah, the darkness that's here that tells everyone how. Well, you'll see the Catholic Church, and that's all freaking dark, right? Well, it goes into the spiritual communities too. High vibration. I'm the one that connects all the aliens. I know fucking everything. Okay, demon, whatever you say. And so on. They know. They just put that word positive. They put in positive message. And it just vacuums in the dummies. And every once in a while, some might get smart. Well, they might question it. Others just, it's a positive message, and it's just as bad as a mainstream religion. And you wonder how mainstream religion works. Well, now you see how spiritual mainstream spirituality is doing the same damn thing. Even with the disinfo agents, they're just finding another way to confuse people. Same shit, though. They have to kind of change it up a little bit, and they're living the life. There's a bunch of convoluted nonsense I can listen to. This is all fucking bullshit. It's like, doesn't matter. It's working. It's keeping people confused as possible, and if that's your path, that's your path. It doesn't mean they're trapped here, but they might get trapped into that, like a podcast is talking about convoluted spirituality, to get pulled into that reality after they leave here. Oh, that drama, that's their path. Get pulled into some SSP thing that they weren't even involved with, and that's possible too. You might feel like they're in that. Some of their memories might be false memories there. And it just gets really, you get caked into, the mind is all kind of wonky. But when you let the vampire in, it's too fucking late. You can kick the vampire out if you realize you got vampire energy there, but if you haven't figured it out, you're gonna be taken for a ride. So like I said, the same shit's happening to the mainstream spirituality is happening in mainstream spirituality. Mainstream religion is happening mainstream spirituality, and you don't fuck with that shit. It's like just stay away from them. It's like they're all fucked up. What the fuck they're doing, right? And that's, I guess, whatever. Do what you gotta do, right? So, but you wonder how that happens. Is just some of them are programmed people. They're not even real. They're soulless beings. They're just bringing a huge audience to that, just to, hey, look, we're good, right? Yeah. They're not. But people here just, it has a huge following. It should be okay, and they'll get all fucked up. So, it's breaking free of all this isn't as easy as it sounds, but can be done. Some of these groups that are controlled by witches or witch, but they also have followers who are witches also. They have an ego problem, like controlling others, especially some of the female witches like to control the stupid male. They find a dumb human, a dumb male, and just eat him alive. Not to mention names. Turn him into like the Medusa energy, turn to stone, which I never thought about that, as some of you might have noticed that, is that, but there are some that are witches trying to find some stupid male or or an intelligent male, whatever, and to use their spells just to, not be, to eat them up to not be seen until if the stupid male realizes it, game over. And he's bad, and he's this, and he's that, and the witches was in her fucking mind. It does exist. So, just like Greek mythology, it's all currently happening now. And, you just how you dissect it. Yeah, even like the spiritual NPC, Mr. 2037. He said that there would be some awakenings here and all that. Well, that's always going to be happening, yeah, tell that to JFK Jr. I mean, people still think he's alive or some shit. He might be doing something here, but anyway. I had to throw that in there. But yeah, there's some, about even the spirituality in general. Yeah, can you find the spiritual teacher that's an NPC? It's the Where's Waldo? It's right in front of someone, but obviously they're not seeing it. But that matters. So, yeah. So, that's it. So the shift is occurring. Wherever it's heading, we'll have to wait and see how this all unfolds. So, yeah, it's not the gloom and doom or anything like that. It's the big unknown. Just see what happens.